Hey guys, this is Liv from It's Cartomancy. Welcome to another installment of my Partner Pick a Card reading series, in which we pose the same question, first on behalf of a sign and then on behalf of the sign's intended partner. So today we are going to do Aries, and this is the first reading. The question is, how can you win someone's heart? Okay, so the first question is going to be on behalf of Aries. So Aries, how can you win this person's heart? Okay, if you are an Aries and you have feelings for someone, you like someone, or you are involved with someone and the love has kind of fizzled out, then this is the reading for you. If you are someone who is trying to win an Aries heart, then you are going to have your partner reading linked somewhere around here, up in the corner. So for right now, this is the reading for an Aries who wants to win someone's heart. Okay, we're going to do the pick a pile, pick a deck actually, and do the reading for each of the options you have. And we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Think about it, make your choice. I'm going to flip a card over in each of the decks so you can kind of get a vibe. Don't go by the card itself, which is flipped over. Try to follow your intuition when choosing your card, when choosing your pile. Okay, so again, we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. We are now going to go ahead with pile number 1 and see how you can win their heart, how you, Aries, can win their heart, okay? Okay, so Aries, pile number 1. How can you win this person's heart? No flippers, please. No jumpers, please. How can Aries, pile number 1, win this person's heart? How can Aries, pile number 1, win this person's heart? Let's see how things stand right now. Get a pulse for the situation. Okay. First, we are going to get the cards out as usual. And then I'm gonna obsess about them being in the frame as usual. You know me by now. Okay. Pretty much within frame actually. Just a little bit of an adjustment here. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Okay, Aries. So, first and foremost, I am feeling a huge Gemini Aquarius energy here. Huge Gemini Aquarius energy. I'm also feeling Taurus energy, Capricorn energy, and Scorpio energy, which means either you are dealing with one of these signs or one of you has significant placements in one of these signs. Significant placements, of course, can be sun sign, moon sign, Venus sign, rising sign. Any of those are quite significant by and large. Okay, file number 1. So it comes across to me that you have been trying to get together with this person, or you have been trying to win this person's heart for quite some time. This is very likely someone you've known for a while. I get the feeling of people exchanging files. Actually, that was the mental image I had. People exchanging files, documents, people seeing each other over something related to paperwork somehow. Could be classmate, could be co-worker, higher up, boss, underling sort of vibe. Someone you might have met at a bank, at a post office, at some sort of an official office. Somehow you would have to put in papers for something there, and you kind of met that way. I'm getting a very big vibe of that. It might also mean, though, relationships, official relationships based on contract. For me, that means having lived together, having been married, or having children together, or a child together. And I'm getting a strong vibe of someone having a child, either way. This would be a connection in which things were very stagnant for a long time. One of you had feelings for the other, may or may not be you for them or them for you, because I'm also hearing plot twist here. So it might have been the situation that one of you was in love with the other one first, and then tried to pursue them. It didn't really work out. Things kind of went on hold, and then the other one had feelings for the first. That's kind of a vibe I'm getting, because that plot twist energy is there. Either way, this is something which has been pretty much stagnant. Trying hard to get things going, trying hard to change your relationship status, trying hard to make it official, trying hard to convince someone to actually begin a relationship. In some cases, this person may have been involved, engaged, or even married, or you were involved, engaged, or married when you met, because there is an energy of someone being very much rooted, right? And the other person trying to kind of convince them to move in a different direction. Then there's a change here. There's a change of energy, there's a shift of energy, there's a role reversal going on, when the pursuer now becomes sort of indifferent, and they are reaping the rewards of past actions, in that the person who was pursued in the past is now becoming the pursuer. And there's a lot of work to be done, actually, because either this person is sort of getting back at you somehow, if you were the one pursued to begin with. They are kind of playing it cool now. They are kind of making you work for it. There may be a little bit of a revenge vibe, but there might also be hurt feelings here, and they are not willing to simply turn the page and start over as if nothing would have happened. So it's kind of a vibe of, oh, so now that you broke up with so and so, you want to give me a shot. Why wouldn't you give me a shot when I wanted one? You know, there's a little bit of that vibe going on here. But once the formerly pursued, now pursuer, interested party here sort of goes into action, they are very much so determined to get some sort of a reaction here. They want to get an answer, they want to get the reaction, they want to either have nothing to do with this person anymore from here on, or actually become a couple. It's an energy of, you kept asking for it, you kept trying to get together. Now that I can actually get together with you, you are trying to blow me off. You are either in on or out. If you are out, then we are not going to talk to each other anymore. We are not going to see each other anymore. I'm changing jobs, I'm changing workplaces, I'm changing banks, whatever it is. We will not have any reason, any cause to interact any longer. It's all or nothing here. It's all or nothing right now. That's where that energy is coming from, and how it is coming off. I have made a choice here, or this is my choice for now. This is what I want from you. You can either do it or not do it, and we are going to be over it once you've made your choice one way or the other. Very clear-cut energy, very clear-cut energy. Interestingly enough, very determined energy, which makes me feel like this person who is now going to be the pursuer and who was the pursued in the past wasn't making any moves because they were in fact involved with someone, and they are the loyal type, they are the faithful type, which to me is the normal type. So they wouldn't have tried anything, they wouldn't have accepted anything at that point when they were the forbidden fruit. Now they are not forbidden fruit, they are ready to go into one direction or the other. The question is, what does this other person want? Was I attractive to you because I was the forbidden fruit? Was I attractive to you because you would have stolen me from someone else? Now that you can have me, do you actually want me? It's as simple as that. Let's see what sort of energies we have here, what sort of divine energy dynamics we have going on. Wow. Always coming up, this energy, always coming up. People are so fixed on that energy. Let's see the other one. This is our energy. Okay. Okay. Let's get your card of connection as well. What's the card of connection here for these divine energies? This is our card of connection. Okay. So, I am feeling a mature feminine energy involved here. Might actually be an age difference here, and the feminine energy, or the more feminine energy right now at this point, the more receptive energy, which kind of actually would be, I think, the other party and not Aries, to be honest. It would be someone older, more mature, someone who's gone through more things in life. Could be the one who was married, divorced, or is married, divorced. There's a vibe of someone who has gone through many stages of their life. While this other energy feels like someone very determined, very calculating in a way, trying to make things very rational, very clear cut, trying to have everything very stable, very well put together, very well organized. Everything goes in its place, everything, you know, it's that kind of almost OCD energy. where you really need things to be in order, where you really need things to be clear, where you really need things to be in their place as they should be. While the other energy feels like someone more flexible, someone more dynamic, someone more adaptable. One of you is more likely to go on an ego trip. I'm feeling that this masculine here is more on an ego trip vibe, to be honest. Or they can take things that way. But the fact of the matter is that things could work out here if we have the male divine masculine energy, which don't pertain to genders, right? You know that. We have the divine masculine energy. If they manage to become somewhat more relaxed, somewhat more go with the flow, somewhat more open, more willing to share, more willing to understand, more willing to adapt with things as they happen, rather than trying to fix everything in a neat little square, while this other energy is more likely to have an outpouring of emotion without putting conditions on something, because I'm getting the vibe of conditions here. It is a workable connection. It is a workable connection, but I'm not getting the vibe that it's an easily workable connection. Some people just click like that together. That's not the case here. This is an issue of being in different, kind of in different timestamps along the same video. If you'd like, you are not on the same page. And it would require some effort to get on the same page. If you're willing, if you're both willing to put in that effort, then yes, it can be done. But there's some adapting which needs to happen here. Interesting. Some healing as well, heart chakra healing. The thing is that the divine feminine energy here feels to me like they've gone through a separation, divorce. They are more guarded. They are more distant emotionally, less willing to get involved on a spur of the moment sort of situation, while this other energy here is more impulsive, more impulse driven, more desire driven, and if you reject my desires, then you reject me, then you wound me. So there is healing which needs to happen on both ends in order for the connection to be able to work, but it can happen. Yeah, it can happen. If you put in the work, you can make that connection happen. Even if you are in different stages along your personal development, along your personal journeys, if any of you've gone through different things, you are in different stages of your lives, of your evolution, but you can reach an accord here. That's clearly what I'm getting. You can reach an accord. Let's see your odds at success in this connection. See? Don't let your past hold you back. This is a great opportunity with the South Node card. This is a great opportunity for you to work on some issues, karmic issues, past connections issues, past life issues as well, perhaps. Very likely things your soul has been dealing with for a while. Ego trips, ego-based reactions, self-defense mechanisms, holding people at arm's length to protect that which is sacred to you, that which is holy, that which is vulnerable. But it can be worked if you are both willing to work on your issues and manage to build that connection with one another. Then it can happen. I'm giving it like a 50-50, to be honest, right now, because it depends on both of you in which direction it would go. So those were your messages, pile number 1. I'm sending you much, 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 much love and light, and we'll be seeing you soon, okay? Bye. Okay, pile number 2, Aries. Let's see how you can win this person's heart. How can you win this person's heart? How can Aries win this person's heart? Okay. Okay. Okay, pile number 2. Let's see. I am feeling for you. Sagittarius, Aries, Cancer, Aquarius, a lot of Cancer, a huge lot of Cancer, some Taurus, and Gemini. Either you are dealing with one of these signs, or you or your intended lover have significant placements in these signs, which would be sun sign, rising sign, moon sign, Venus sign, for instance, when it comes to love. Okay, pile number 2. I'm hearing the Lord works in mysterious ways. Okay. So I am getting a strong vibe here of a fated connection, to be honest. I'm getting a very strong vibe of that. It may be a twin flamey connection, in fact. And right now you would be in the chasing phase or in the no contact phase, because I'm getting a strong vibe of a distance here. In fact, you may be feeling that you and this person would never work out. This can never happen. There's no chance. You would really want it to happen, but there's no chance to actually push it into being. This person may have someone else, or when you met them, they had someone else, and you're not quite sure what's going on right now. I don't think that you are involved in any way on a truly personal level. At the very best, you might have been exchanging messages or emails or something like that, chatting, DMing each other, something of that nature. I'm not getting any true face-to-face contact or physical contact. You might have seen each other face-to-face, more so from afar, to be honest. I'm getting the vibe than actually being on a date together or going out together, even if, as friends. You have been very conflicted about getting close to this person, because you have very strong feelings for them. You have a very strong chemistry with them. You are very drawn to each other. If they are not, or if they have not told you so, that's not because it's not the case. I'm really getting the vibe that they are very drawn to you as well, but they are involved in a commitment of some sort. It could be casual dating or a serious relationship with someone but it's someone who they wanted to pursue at that time, even if they met you. So there is a sense of guilt here. There is a sense of guilt. There is a sense of I need to kind of take something, or I would be taking something from someone else in order for me to enjoy it. Even though you are not doing that, even though you haven't been doing that, and you won't be doing that, if this person finally comes towards you, they are going to come towards you because they choose to do so without you being involved. So that's not, I'm not getting the vibe of an affair, to be honest. I'm not getting the vibe of physical contact before they break things off with the previous partner. I'm really not getting that vibe at all. But there's a lot of longing here. There's a lot of longing. There's a lot of desiring. There's a lot of thinking about it, feeling very conflicted, feeling very kind of torn between trying to let it go, but you cannot let it go. You're trying to ignore it. You're trying to move on. You're trying to meet someone else. You're trying to go out with someone else. It's simply not working for you. And you do have this very strong feeling, this very strong pull towards this person. It feels like a divine masculine to you. You most likely identify as a divine feminine energy, at least in relation to them. They bring out the caring, nurturing, receptive part of your energy, and you're really dreaming about them. Actually, you are having dreams in which you may be physical, like sexually physical, I mean, sexual contact in your dreams or in your telepathy, one of two. And you wake up and you're on that sense of a high, energetically speaking, once you wake up. And then kind of the second you really come to your senses and the dream actually lifts from your mind, from your heart, you are again feeling torn, you are again feeling guilty, you are again feeling disappointed. I'm feeling disappointment in yourself, for you or for them, because the desire is so strong, the desire is so explosive, and even if you haven't had actually physical contact with each other. And there's the sense of, how can I possibly feel so horny about someone I haven't even kissed? How can I possibly really need to be with someone with whom I never even went on a date, you know? But it's just that kind of a pull. This is a very twin flamey pull, okay? This is a very twin flamey pull. And we do have mirrorings, 10, 10, 7, 7, 4, 4. Pretty much twinny energy here. Let's see. I am seeing this person coming towards you, to be honest. They are going to come towards you at a point when you would have kind of given up already on the connection, or on the hopes of actually there being a connection. Oh yeah. Let's see the other energy in the dynamic. Whew. Yeah, twin flame energies for sure. Twin flame energies, which for me kind of go in different phases. This is the phase of opposites. Opposites for sure. You are going head to head, you are butting heads because you are both very strong, you are both very evolved spiritually. Let's your connection card. Yep. So listen, if ever there were opposites attract, right? If ever there were opposites attract, I am getting a very strong vibe of opposites here. So you would be like night and day. They would like sweet things and you would like bitter things, or vice versa. You would love mornings, they would love nights. You would be a morning person, they would be or an early bird person, they would be a white kind of sleepless night, white night. Um, very sexual energy, very sexual energy on the divine masculine's part. At the very least, very sexual energy, very kind of gym bunny vibe in a way, someone who is very strong, very well built, and you are someone who is also very strong and very well built, and there's a sense of nobody can overpower here, you know, a bit of a clash here, because on your side you command the energy of someone who rises to a certain vibration in a certain way. They are right now rebelling against that vibration, so they are trying to do the exact opposite of what they would be doing as your partner. Energetically speaking, this is a temper tantrum. So you feel to me as a divine feminine energy. If you identify with the divine feminine energy, you feel to me as um, very grown up emotionally, very grown up spiritually. You know what you want to do with your life, you know how you want things, you know how you don't want things. You are very clear on what you are willing to put up with and what you are not willing to put up with. You have very clear demands. You have a very clear sense of self-worth. You demand respect because you have a very healthy dose of self-respect. That's where this energy is pushing you into even more, because they are such a chaotic energy, because they are so randy in a way, because they are so all over the place, they are so chaotic and kind of reaping destruction by that very passionate kind of impulsive behavior. They are putting you into your very grown-up energy all the more. So the question is here, can they get out of that teenage energy vibe and move more into the grown-up energy vibe? That's the question here. And you may find yourself being on a standby here for even a decade, as far as I'm concerned. Time in human terms is of no consequence here. What is of consequence is this person, these energies, this divine masculine's growth process. Right now they are in their teenage angst years. They are rebelling, they are doing things very dramatically to draw attention. They love to get attention. They get a lot of attention. The more they get attention, the more they act out. So they are very much so in the teenage angst vibe for me. Energetically speaking, you are way more grown up, way more mature. And it is going to take quite some time for them to reach that level. And if they manage to reach that level, it is going to be due to your energy influence on them. Even if you are not actually interacting, because you've connected once, somehow your energy keeps working on them. It's an ongoing process. It could take years, in fact, I'm sorry to say. The situation is in no way, shape or form hopeless though, because the basis of your energy connection is very strong. The basis of your energy connection, if it's even if it's a very long distance or no physical contact sort of connection that has been created, it's a very strong connection energetically, because you are very connected even before you had actually met. So this would be something which is in fact unbreakable. You will never be able to get fully rid of the feeling of that closeness, of the flame, and they will never be able to get over it either. You may try to find each other in countless partners and will never succeed, because there will never be one alike for both of you, for either one of you. There will never be one alike, and it's a very conflicted, very tense feeling, and the masculine energy is rebelling against it like crazy. So because they feel chained, they feel tied down by that energy, they feel captive, and they feel the need to act out and rebel against it, to prove it to themselves that they are not in fact a prisoner of war here, that they are not a slave to your calling. And it may take them quite some time before they actually realize that what they are trying to escape is what the one thing that they truly need, is what they are truly looking for, in fact, in all connections. Long growth process ahead here. I'm sorry, but that's my feeling. Let's see what shadow you are dealing with in making this connection work. I love it when they jump. I love it when they jump. I don't love it when they read the arrangement of cards. Okay. See? Perchance to dream, a 28 breaking down to a 10. Why would you may ask me? Why a 10? Why the number of completing cycles? Why the number of endings and new beginnings? Because in order for you to be a unit, in order for you to be a team, they need to do a lot of growing up. There's some shadow dissolving here happening. Someone needs to grow to the level of a crown. Right now they are kind of page level, if you ask me. They need to grow all the way up to king level and then make the jump to emperor level. A lot of growing there. This is your energy patient, already reached that point of contentment, or already reached that point of inner peace. By the time they can actually come towards you, you will have outgrown them by miles and miles and miles, but of course patiently, givingly, lovingly, tenderly, willing to embrace them whenever they are ready for it. It may not even be in this lifetime, to be honest. There's so much growth that needs to happen here. And because it's such a strong connection, it actually fuels their rebel energy if they don't make the wise choices about growth here and development and working on those shadows. Let's see how you can overcome this issue. Again, 28 breaking down to a 10. Something major needs to end as a phase in their life, and also as a phase in your life, for you to actually see things for what they are. You may forever be tempted to idealize them and see them as the beautifully perfectible broken little sparrow, and you could always pick them up and fix their wings, because that's the energy you have. That's your divine energy. That's what you were sort of born to do, to care for, to nurture, to love, to heal. That's what you are meant for. Unfortunately, they are fighting that energy like crazy. So We need to have an ending on that rebel angst vibe. And only then can they actually heal and grow from all of that. All of that drama. A lot of drama in their life, I'm gonna be honest here. This would be the kind of person who has always something dramatic going on. Your odds at success: be bold and make the first move. Cardinal Moon. Be bold and make the first move, but let me just say this. You can make that first move at any point, because I get the feeling that you will be somehow in contact. You will be able to follow each other on social media. You will be able to text each other. I think that at any given time. It may take years, and that phase will still be ongoing. Choose your point of contact very, very carefully. If you feel that they are still in that rebel vibe, I don't think that there's any point to it, to be honest. Sure, you can do it, but I'm not seeing it working, because they need to be over fighting themselves before you can actually come in as an energy to truly connect, and they are going to come towards you when they are truly ready for it. They will gravitate towards you. They won't be able to help it. But it may not be in this lifetime. It may not be in this lifetime. I'm sorry to say. Sometimes things go this way, unfortunately. Always a lesson to learn, right? Group number 2. So these were your messages. I'm sending you much, 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 much love and light. And be brave, because this is an uphill battle. Okay, and I'm gonna see you soon. Bye. All right. Pile number 3. Let's see, how can Aries win this person's heart for pile number 3? How can Aries win this person's heart for pile number 3? Don't give me any jumpers, please. Let's give this baby a bit more of a shuffle. And a bit more of a shuffle. Okay. How can Aries win this person's heart for pile number 3? How can Aries win this person's heart? Much better. How can Aries win this person's heart? Here we go. Here we go. Let's hope for some good news. Somebody needs to be getting some good news here, right? Oh my. Wow. Okay. So, pile number 3. I am feeling Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius, a lot of Aquarius, Gemini energy. I am also feeling Aries energy, and that's about it. So either you are dealing with one of these signs, or one of you has significant placements in these signs, which would be sun sign, rising sign, moon sign, Venus sign, for instance, when it comes to love. Okay, pile number 3. I'm hearing ABBA's song The Winner Takes It All. Give it a listen. If you might actually find some messages in there for you. Spirit is really keen on the music there. Really keen on the music there. This feels to me like a separation, to be honest. This feels to me like a separation. This feels to me like a pair in which them being together meant a lot of shadow triggering on both sides. A lot of shadow triggering. I'm seeing addictive behaviors, could be sex addiction, substance addiction, porn addiction, codependency in any way, shape, or form. This is a very, very triggering connection, which would in fact be, in short, called a karmic connection. Karmic meaning a connection in which both partners have a lot of lessons to learn. They tend to be not ready for a true connection because they still have so much healing to do, shadow work to do. It's that kind of energy of being between a rock and a hard place, because you want this person and they want you, but when you are together you seem to be kind of going at each other's throats, to be honest. There's a lot of healing here which needs to happen before you can actually come to a compromise. There's a lot of self-sacrifice, there's a lot of compromising, there's a lot of growing you need to do. If you are ready, if you are both ready to do that, then yes, this connection, I feel, stands a chance. This connection stands a chance because despite all of the drama, despite all of the fighting, I am getting the vibe of a pair which is in separation here. That's the main vibe I'm getting. If you haven't been together with this person, then you were together with someone else, both of you, and they triggered a lot of issues for you. You now have a huge emotional baggage. You are both coming from terrible heartbreak. You are both coming from bending yourself backwards to accommodate someone, to try to make things work with someone. You feel like you got stomped on. You feel like you got walked all over on. You are both very wounded. There's a lot of healing which needs to happen here. And there's a lot of communicating which you need to do. And there's a lot of being able and willing to be a team in working on the healing, individually and as a couple. You may meet this person in some sort of meeting place for therapy, group therapy, or something of the sort, some sort of healing center, healing place, some doctor's office even. There's a sense of healing energy which brings you together. Or you might meet in something of an unusual circumstance in that they would be your healer, or you would be their healer in the beginning of the connection, and then at some point you would grow into something more. Because there's also a vibe of risk here. There's a vibe of risk for you to get together, either because you haven't done all of the healing which is needed, or because it would actually endanger somehow one of you to be together. If you are willing to take those risks, and if you are willing to put in the work to actually be open and communicate, you can make things work for you. And this would be a very healing connection if you manage to do the work. If not, I hope you would at least make some progress in doing that healing work and shadow work, so you would be better prepared for, let's say, a future partner. Let's see your divine energy dynamics here. This is our divine feminine. Ooh, Lakshmi. Lovely energy. Lovely energy. Let's see our divine masculine in the dynamics here. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Now, let's see your card of connection before I start talking on the energy dynamics. And this is our card of connection. Okay. Okay. There is a lot of potential here. There is a lot of potential because one of you is very abundant. One of you is very giving, forgiving. I feel that this is the healer energy on the divine feminine side of the dynamics. And we have the divine feminine energy ready for a partnership much sooner than the divine masculine energy here. The divine masculine energy is kind of anxious, is kind of restless. This is someone who is prone to acting first and considering it later. That's kind of part of their charm as well, because they have this very action hero vibe. And then they can make anything feel very glamorous and James Bondy and that kind of a vibe in a way. There's an adrenaline rush which they can bring to the table, and it's fun and it's exciting and it's new and it's something which makes this very balanced or flat at some point energy. It makes it feel livened up. It makes it feel spruced up again. This is an energy of old wounds having healed and scabbed over. My divine feminine energy in this connection has done a lot of healing and has a lot of scars to show for it. That's why they are so well versed in the healing arts, as far as I'm concerned. There are great odds at this connection to work long term, possibly even marriage, with the High Priest as your card of connection. Because spiritually there is a point where you are in tune, so you meet each other in such a way, you interact in such a way that you slowly manage to get on the same page, and you would bring to the table what they need, and they would bring to the table what you would need or what you would like more of in your life. There's that sense of completing each other. You can make it work. I am getting the vibe of that clearly. Let's see what shadow you're dealing with in making this connection happen. What shadow are you dealing with here? Okay, this is our shadow. Yeah. Scarred over old wounds, which, as you know from bones healing, for instance, if they are not set properly when they heal crooked, you know? That's the image they're getting. They're giving me crooked, healed bones from a fracture having healed crooked. So there will be, you know how that's fixed, right? They re-break the bone and set it again for it to fix itself. That's part of the healing process here. And there's still work to be done. Despite the fact that this feels like a very antsy, very restless energy, I feel that the major healing issue is in fact going to be on the divine feminine energy side. Needing to break that bone again and redo the healing because it has healed crookedly. And this is how you would overcome that shadow. Of course, by your own nurturing divine energy, which is going to help you to peacefully, lovingly transform. There is a need for you to find your happy place, your healing place. You need to really focus on healing divine feminine here, because this energy is really pretty much ready to go whenever you are. They are ready to go whenever you are. It's all up to you. You set the timing here. You think that it's all on them, but in fact you are setting the timing. Let's your odds at success. Of course, don't let your past hold you back, because you are scarred and scared and you've been hurt very much and you are terrified of being hurt again. This is karmic energy. This is old pain from previous lifetimes rushing up to the surface and pretty much hindering your progress here. You are going to be dealing with a lot with that South Node energy. But if you feel the right support, and if this dynamic gives you the right motion impulse, you can make wonderful progress here. You can make wonderful progress. It's not that you need them to make that progress, but that spurt of energy, for lack of a better term, is going to kind of help to drive you further. And that's the little bit you need to actually start doing the real deep healing, painful healing. It's gonna be a painful process, pile number 3. Painful, but useful. And you will feel a lot better once it's done, of course. And you will have a much more abundant and plentiful way of connecting at that point to the right person. This person or someone else, if by then maybe they won't be around anymore, that's all up to you. Focus on the healing though. Don't sacrifice the healing process for the person, because if you haven't done the healing process right, then you won't be able to make it work with this person, particularly with this kind of an energy, for sure. So these are your messages, pile number 3. I'm sending you much love and light, and we'll be seeing you soon, okay? Bye.